Hey, we're doing stand-up comedy in Los Angeles, Dallas, Texas, Austin, Texas, Baltimore, Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, Cohoes, New York, and Providence, Rhode Island. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. So remember the drones that were all over the East Coast in New Jersey? Guess where they came from? Guess where they came from? They came from the United States. They didn't come from China. They didn't come from Iran. And guess who knew about it? You want to know who knew about it? The Biden administration, the FAA, everybody, the whole goddamn government knew about it, and they were lying to you. How do I know? Because here's Trump's new press secretary to talk about it.
And before I turn to questions, I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office. From President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones.
When she says New Jersey drones, she's not referring to Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. Okay, just let you know. Okay, so the New Jersey drones. That sounds like a band, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons.
What?
Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy.
So,
wow.
When you say this was not the enemy, so the drones were from our own government, and I don't know if you've seen who's the enemy of the people, but it's our own government. So maybe you didn't watch the JFK hearing today, but our own government has turned on us because they've been captured. So to say that they're not the enemy, you mean they're not a foreign enemy. They were an internal enemy, and the fact that they were scaring the hell out of everybody in the United States on purpose, and they knew they were doing it. The FAA knew they were doing it, which, you know what that means? That means that the Biden administration knew it, and they weren't telling you. So once again, the biggest purveyors of lies and misinformation is the government. Second is the corporate media, and a distant third are randos on social media. Just so you know. And by the way, Kurt's not here today because he's doing Joe Rogan. Trump says drones over New Jersey were not the enemy. Okay. If you haven't seen the way the government has been treating us lately, they've been treating us like they are the enemy. President Trump said Tuesday that the drone sightings over New Jersey late last year were either authorized by the FAA or were from hobbyists and enthusiasts. White House press secretary, we just saw her. So that for research, they were flying the drones in the area for research.
What research?
Why wouldn't they just? What research would that be exactly? Researching whether or not you can fake an alien invasion using drones that you can get on Amazon? You mean that kind of thing? What do you mean they're doing? Why couldn't you just so you were trying to research if you could scare the shit out of people?
Worked.
There were mayors of cities. There were sitting senators who were scared and wanted answers, and they didn't get the answer. But now, finally, Trump gets elected, and 5 seconds later, we find out that they knew about the drones all along. But Trump is the liar. Just keep that in mind. He's the only liar in all of Washington, D.C. He's the liar in the country. The drone phenomena had captured the attention of the American public in late November and December as sightings skyrocketed in the state and elsewhere in the country, primarily along the East Coast. The drones were also reported near sensitive military sites, raising concerns about national security. So you're telling me that our secret military drones were flying over our secret military facilities. How could that possibly be possible? Lawmakers and public officials began questioning whether a foreign adversary was involved or if the Biden administration was holding back information. I thought it was they were trying to blame it on either China or Iran or both so we could spend another $1 trillion on bombs and start another war. That's what I thought that was. What do you think it was? Now we know they were lying to us about it. They knew all along. The FAA sanctioned those flights. Trump himself, who was then president-elect, also said he was concerned about the drones and promised to look into it. Now, what I remember Trump saying is that the government knows exactly where these drones are coming from and where they're going. That's what Trump said. He also said he was concerned and he was going to look into it, but he also said, because I saw him say it, that the government knows exactly where these drones are coming from and where they're going. On Inauguration Day, he told reporters he would inquire into the matter. He already said that the Biden administration knew exactly where they were coming from and where they were going. So that's the Biden administration. So when the Biden administration is holding back information, it's because they're lying. When Joe Biden himself holds back information, it's because it's trapped in the part of his brain that has police tape around it. And just like Malibu, they don't allow him entrance. So Biden administration officials had insisted that the drones were not from foreign adversaries and said the FBI had identified only a small number of leads from thousands of reported sightings. But they knew. The FAA had already... Many of the drones were lawfully operated or mistaken for planes and other aerial objects. The Biden administration did say there could be improvements to identify and counter any drone threats. The FAA knew about all of them. Jay Stewart says Trump reveals truth about the drones UAP UFO phenomenon in New Jersey. The drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized. They were not only new, they authorized them. They were authorized by the FAA. Why didn't Biden just say so?
Why didn't they immediately tell you that the FAA approved it?
Why? Why did they want everybody crapping their pants? Why? What is the purpose of that? I think the White House is operating on a truth they've been given. I think that the information she has been given is inaccurate. What? So who said that? General Blaine Holt doesn't trust the White House's explanation of the mystery drones and thinks that people are misinforming President Trump. Really? Is it just me, or does this guy look like he's waiting for a UFO so he can hitch a ride home?
I thought he looked like Nosferatu.
So this guy, if you want to know who he is, he's a retired brigadier general who served as the deputy United States military representative to NATO. So he's corrupt. He's a corrupt deep state insider liar.
The White House telling us the truth?
I think the White House is operating off of a truth that they've been given. I find Carolyn Levin...
By the way, only an alien would still ask in 2025, is the White House telling us the truth? Boy, you're really not from around here, are you?
To be a woman of integrity and honor. And I think that the information that she's been given is inaccurate. I agree with Dr. Greer. I absolutely do not refute that there are extraterrestrials and that more will be coming out. However, what I will tell you is that the FAA can't produce the licenses, the Part 107 licenses for all of the drones that continue to fly over our skies this night. Some of them the size of RVs and cars. Wait a minute. The Chinese definitely have RV sized in their CH-10 and their...
So that's the deep state psychopath warmongering maniac who wants us to go to war with China. Why? Because I guarantee you he's getting paid by a defense contractor somewhere. Whatever the White House says, believe me, it was China. So Joe Biden's White House and the U.S. military allowed Chinese car-sized drones for weeks to just fly over the United States without shooting them down. Really, after 9/11, the U.S. military just lets China fly car-sized drones over the United States. Really? That guy's a liar. That guy's a criminal, liar, and an enemy of the United States. That's what that guy is. And he looks like an alien. And he looks like an enemy of the United States. That's what your government is.
H7 series drones. So what we need to do is we need to dive into who's misinforming the president this early on in his administration. We need to route that out. We need to find out what's going on across this nation, because I'm going to tell you right now, Rob, it's just the tip of the iceberg, and it's part of something much bigger, and it's going to keep on. And it definitely involves earthly powers, not extraterrestrial ones. But out of respect, I will tell you, Dr. Greer is absolutely correct. We will learn more about our friends from other worlds. It's just
thank you for being respectful. He's such a Boy Scout, this guy with a shirt and tie. He's such a Boy Scout. The deputy secretary to NATO, the most corrosive warmongering psychopaths in the world, which is just NATO's just a money funneling organization for the military industrial complex. That's all NATO is. And this guy was our representative to NATO. So that guy's a crook.
This world is the one that's over our skies.
And I don't laugh. I'm in on this story. Dr. Greer, John Ratcliffe.
So Mark Pearson says President Trump's statement on the drones raises more questions. If the FAA knew all along, so did the Department of Defense, the Department of Homeland Security, the CIA, the FBI. So why did they all lie? I don't know. Why did they all lie about Russiagate? Why did they all lie about Ukraine? Why did they all lie about Syria? Why did they all lie about COVID? Why did they all lie? Were they trying to cause mass panic? To declare military law? Good question. We, the people, should be outraged that the government colluded to lie to us this way.
How's that not a crime?
It is. It is. So, and anybody trying to clean up this criminal government is going to be called a criminal, just like they did to RFK all day today. Hey, did you know that drinking 2 to 3 cups of coffee every day can slash your risk of death by 29% and cut heart complications nearly in half? But none of that matters if your coffee tastes like it's all syrup and no substance, courtesy of your local Starbucks. Enter 1775 coffee. There it is right there in my hand. Bold, hand-picked Bolivian beans, roasted in the United States, single origin, rigorously tested to the highest standards, and built for patriots who refuse to compromise. No fillers, no fraud, just pure coffee excellence. While other brands burn low-quality beans to mask their mistakes, 1775 coffee selects the best, like choosing patriots over politicians. It's coffee that boosts your metabolism, protects your heart, and keeps you sharper than a late night Trump tweet. The best part, every dollar spent on 1775 coffee gets you entered to win a blacked out 2024 Tesla Cybertruck plus 30 grand in cash, as they say. Built like a tank, this beast is an apocalypse ready with the power to handle anything, whether it's your morning commute or the end of the world. Head to 1775coffee.com, stock up and fuel your mornings with rebellion. Use code DORE, D-O-R-E, for 15% off. Don't miss your chance to drive off on a Cybertruck and cash out with $30K. Hey, we're doing stand-up comedy in Los Angeles, Dallas, Texas, Austin, Texas, Baltimore, Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, Cohoes, New York, and Providence, Rhode Island. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.